Hello and welcome everybody, every viewers to the fourth episode of Voices of Harmonia. And today we have a very nice person and a very well educated person with lots of knowledge, even mysterious knowledge. And I'm very eager to hear what he will talk about today. His name is Dr. Yasuyuki Nemoto. And currently he is in Tokyo, living in Tokyo. And I will actually start by introducing him by reading all his lifeline, so you can understand all of the things he has gone through, coming up to this moment of his life. Yasuyuki Nemoto graduated in 1982 and became Doctor of Science in Cellular and Molecular Biology in University of Tokyo 1988. His current roles are President of Life Science Laboratory, Advisor Office Masaru Emoto. He's a Director of Energy Medicine Institute in Japan. He's a part-time lecturer in integrative medicine in Kanagawa Dental University. So he worked with Dr. Masaru Emoto, who did research on water. Yasuyuki joined him in January 2002. And he continues to spread Dr. Emoto's message on consciousness and water. He often have lectures on topics like message from water and modern water science. And he also discovers and investigates the work of Dr. Jacques Benveniste, Dr. Gerald Pollack, Dr. Luc Montagnier, and Dr. James Oshman. So the key water discoveries Dr. Yasuyuki has been doing is that water can memorize and transmit information. And water can store and convert energy. And the recent focus he has made is actually on quantum physics, parapsychology, water science, and modern biology. And he also focused on philosophy, on the ultimate mystery of the universe, the creation principle of the universe, and the two levels of consciousness. And let us see where we will head up today. Very welcome, Dr. Yasuyuki.
Thank you, David, for your nice introduction. Okay, so shall I start my own presentation?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. And actually, I have been teaching or explaining the water science made by many famous water scientists like Luc Montagnier or Gerald Pollack to the general public. Okay. I'm just teaching. I'm not doing my own experiment right now. But anyway, to spread the message of Dr. Masaru Emoto to the general public is my own mission, one of my own mission. But very recently, actually, about 4 years ago, I started my own place to give my own presentation to the general public, and which I call Life System Laboratory. And on the Zoom, basically, I have been giving many lectures, which I want to tell to the general public. And here, thank you, David, for this wonderful opportunity. And I'm going to talk about the philosophy, especially about the creation of universe. And the title is Ultimate Mystery and Creation Principles of Universe. And basically, the content of this presentation is based on my own consideration or my own research or discussion. But maybe some of them or it might be most of them, I'm not sure. But have been influenced by many different teachers and also many different books. But at least some of them are quite original. It's original, my own, consideration. But anyway, I will start my presentation. And here at the beginning, my private life experiences in the past few years. And actually, it's very sad, at the beginning. But in early 2021, I could not find any meaning in life. Actually,
Mm.
my relationship or my work, my job, didn't go well. It was about 4 years ago, and so even I thought I had experienced all the joys, sorrows, and happinesses that one could expect to have in life. It's really, very arrogant expression. But to be honest with you, I felt this way, really.
Mm.
And however, I could not kill my body. Uh, I had some kind of, feeling about the suicide. But uh, the reason why I could not kill my body was because I was familiar with biology, because I got a PhD in biology, and so I knew how elaborate and miraculous the life activity is at the molecular level. So this is kind of the trouble of a serious biologist, because I know, how precise or how miraculous the the life activities are working in your body. And also, I believed in the spiritual teaching that if you killed yourself with negative thoughts, you would experience even greater suffering in the next world without your body. Of course, I believe that your life will continue even after your body died. You just discard your body, but your consciousness or your spirit or your soul will continue. I know about this, or somehow, by intuition or because of my experiences in my past lives. But anyway, so I believed this way. So I couldn't kill my body. But so I was thinking about this world, or about the creation of the universe, or the reason of human existence. Then I got some idea about the creation of universe, which I will explain after this slide. And so I had an intuition that I should take the worst experience of my life, flip it around, and turn it into the greatest self-expression in my personal history. But anyway, this is the beginning of my talk about this kind of philosophy, all right? And this time, the time is limited, so I will talk about the. Usually, I talk about three themes, but the first one is the ultimate mystery of the universe. Second one, creation principles of universe, and the third one, two levels of consciousness. But today, I will talk only the first two topics, but very briefly because the time is limited. Okay, and the first topic is ultimate mystery of universe. And here I explain first the three great mysteries. First one is the origin of universe. How did the universe start? Okay. When I was a teenager, since I was a teenager, I have been thinking about these three great mysteries. First one is origin of universe. I think you agree about this. The second one is origin of life. How did life start? Maybe the origin of the universe might be 13.8 billion years ago, physicists saying. And life on this planet Earth might have started 4 billion years ago. And third mystery is origin of consciousness. How did the consciousness start? Okay. And but because for many years I have been thinking about these three great mysteries, but about 12 years ago I encountered inside myself, somehow from inside myself, I encountered the ultimate mystery of the universe. That is, why is there something rather than nothing? This is a question. Okay, why is there something rather than nothing? Uh, when I recognized this question or mystery or riddle, a chill ran down my spine. I'm not sure if you feel the same way or not. It depends. Some people immediately understand what I mean, but other people they don't know what is the meaning or what is it? Is this really interesting or like that? It really depends.
I
Okay.
did it now. Now, I felt the chill now when you were talking.
I thought so. If you have a lot of experiences in your lifetime, then you understand what I mean. Why it could have been nothing, the universe could have been nothing, but now we are in this world. There is something. Why? This is a question. And I'll explain more. The ultimate mystery of the universe. Why is there something rather than nothing? And important point is the following two options for ways of being are compared. First option, the state in which nothing exists at all. I define this state as nothingness. Okay, nothingness. Literally, there's nothing. No physical law. Okay, no quantum physics. No space, no time, no consciousness, nothing at all. This is my definition, of nothingness. And other option is the state in which something exists. I wrote somethingness, but anyway, like existence, you can say anything. And the question is, why is there something rather than nothing? This is an important point. So you have two options. There's nothingness and existence. But now we are in the world of existence. Why? This is a question. Okay? And the ultimate mystery of the universe. Why is there something rather than nothing? It could have been nothing. Okay, if there's nothing, I would not be there. Nobody there, and it's completely peaceful. It's completely harmonious, ultimate harmony. Okay, even any person will not be there. So okay, but this question, why is there something rather than nothing? Nobody can answer this question. This is, I think, nobody can answer this question. Even the God, even the Creator, okay, even all that is ultimate beings. Nobody can answer this question. This is my answer to the question. Okay, and please feel a shiver or chill. Okay, then we have to continue to exist. This is because I was so suicidal, several years ago. I wanted to become nothing, kind of. If I became nothing, I would be very happy. That was my mental state at that time. But I was thinking that something does not arise from nothing because this is my way, my consideration. Something does not arise from nothing. This is true by definition. If something arises from nothing, then that nothing is not nothing. Okay. Nothing is nothing. If something can arise from nothing, then it is not nothing in the first place. Physicists often get this point wrong because some physicists discussing about the process that something will arise from nothing. But this nothing is not nothing, in my opinion. Nothing from nothing, there come out nothing because no, there is no nothing, no physical law, even no law of quantum physics. Okay, and perhaps no, does something become nothing? Something doesn't become nothing. This is my speculation because I don't know. But if once it becomes nothing, it cannot return. It's one way, one direction. So therefore, something can only continue to be something. Eternal nothingness. Why it is not in the state of eternal nothingness is the ultimate mystery of the universe. My conclusion, the universe can only continue to exist forever, you know, because nothing can come out from nothing. So we are now in the something. So we have to keep uh, to be here, to exist forever. My conclusion. We have no choice but to continue to exist. So it was very bad conclusion for me at that time, several years ago, because I wanted to become nothing. But after my consideration in this way, I found that to continue to exist. So I felt despair. Okay. And uh, and also mystery nobody can solve. Again, I will mention about this mystery. Why the universe exists. If we don't know why the universe exists, this is because we don't know the answer to the ultimate mystery of the universe. You know, why is there something rather than nothing? We don't know the answer. That means we don't know why the universe exists. That means why we exist. Nobody knows because we are part of the universe. Okay. Is there really any meaning to life? So I was thinking. And so none of the beings in the universe can solve this mystery. This is my opinion. It occurred to me that nobody in the universe can solve this mystery. It's not only me, but anybody. They don't know the answer to the question. Here, nobody or anybody don't know. I said, but beings, none of the beings include all conscious beings, such as the Creator, all there is, gods, goddesses, angels, archangels, masters, avatars, extraterrestrials, and human beings. Okay, I'm talking about the biggest framework now here. Okay, no beings in this, biggest universe. Nobody knows the answer to the question, to the mystery. Why there are something rather than nothing. So we don't know, actually, exactly speaking, we don't know who we are. We don't know the origin of us. Well, we don't know how the universe came to exist. No one can solve this riddle. Without being able to solve it, all beings live. My understanding, my intuition or my understanding at that time, I felt relieved to reach this state, which is, it's not only me, but any being, uh, they don't know the answer to the question, but still, without being able to solve it, all beings live. Okay. And then all beings, I'm talking the creator, or there is every being. I got some statement. All beings are equal in one respect, which is all of them cannot solve the ultimate mystery of the universe. At this point, in this point, every being is equal. We are in the same situation. We don't know the reason why there is something. Yet, of course, please don't misunderstand me. Each being has a different role and different expression. I don't know, like higher dimensional beings or avatar or master. They have their own role or their own expression. But in essence, I want to say here, in essence, there is no higher or lower, superior or inferior, good or bad, noble or lowly among the beings, because they don't know the answer to the question. This is my logic. Then a deep empathy is created, is born between the beings. I call this deep oneness. Okay. For example, uh, we are now a human being, and we have this physical body. And so some human being is very rich, and other are very poor, or some people are very good looking and others are not. So there is some unfairness, in surface. But we
Mm.
could say, but anybody can die sooner or later because anybody in their body will die. In this sense, we are equal. We would say, about the other human beings. Okay, this is a kind of common sense. In the same way, I would say that any beings in the universe, they don't know the answer to the question. In this point, we are the same. You know, this is my uh, what understanding or what shall I say? But so I would like to say this, call this deep oneness, because oneness means everybody is connected or very nice oneness consciousness. But in my case, based on this empathy, but we are the same because we don't know the answer to the question. In this sense, we can feel the oneness, which I call deep oneness. And this is kind of this line, the philosophical enigma is sublimated into an ethical principle. Very difficult. Forget it. Anyway, deep oneness. And so once I felt despair, but now turn around, it's kind of I felt inversion because nobody knows the mystery of the universe or mystery of the life. So this is my talk about the ultimate mystery of the universe. My answer to this mystery is that nobody knows the answer. Okay, and then a second topic, creation principle of universe overview. And so based on this, mystery, I made a kind of system to understand the creation principles, creation of universe, which I named the creation principles of universe. And first one, actually this principle zero, I named it principle zero, which is ultimate mystery of universe. I put this ultimate mystery of universe to the principle zero. No one can solve ultimate mystery of universe. That is why is there anything rather than nothing. Nobody knows. No one can solve this mystery. This is principle zero. But other than this mystery, other than this question, I would say that I can explain anything in this universe. This is very arrogant expression, but I mean, for example, if the universe started from the Big Bang, and I don't know the details, but anyway, the flow of things, or how the reason why we are here, I can explain everything, except for this ultimate mystery of universe. I don't know. Okay. This is my viewpoint. And principle one, which I call unity, there is the only one. I will explain later a little bit more in the detail. First, I will show you all the principles. Principle one, unity, there is the only one. Principle two, multiplicity. The one wanted to experience, so it duplicated itself countless times. Okay? Maybe I think you are familiar with this kind of, way of thinking. There is one uh, the only one, existence, and it duplicated into many things. And principle three, I put this free will. The one wanted to experience the unpredictable, so it gave free will to its countless copies of itself. Here, by the way, later I will explain, but duplicated itself countless times. Duplicated, I mean, what the one created is copies, which is actually souls, which is actually you. Everybody has a soul, and the soul, I would say, it's a duplication of the one. Okay, it's not part of the one, but I would say it's a duplication. It's a replication of the one, which is you, every human being. That is my view. And but if we because you are duplication of the one, then you are omniscient and omnipotent. You can do anything. You can know anything, you know. But then the world is very boring because you can predict anything because you are God itself. Then it's very boring. So the one decided to give the free will to each copy. Okay. The principle four, sooner or later, any one of the countless copies of itself will refuse with one. So sooner or later, this is a very important expression, but anyone, you know, all of them will refuse with one. This is principle four, okay? And this is just dynamics or just illustration. The principle zero, this is just it's very special point position I put at the center. But the greatest mystery. But the principle one, unity. Principle two, multiplicity. The principle three, free will. And then we are now here, and we are here living on this planet Earth. And principle four, refusion with one. And like this. But this is very simple, too simple. I think principle one, two, three might go at the same time. You know, it's not sequential. But anyway, and this is just a kind of illustration. And reason for human existence. This may be my main point in the second topics. Reason for human existence. And my view, influenced by Conversations with God, written by Neil Donald Walsh. This is very famous in a book about 25 years ago. I was really, I enjoyed the book, you know. And basically, I follow this Neil Donald Walsh, you know, way of thinking, but maybe some I would add something. But anyway, first, the omniscient and the omnipotent one. This is the one, the universe itself, because there is only one, essentially. You know, this one should be omniscient and omnipotent, of course, because there is only one, and contains all kinds of concepts such as love, fear, harmony, peace, and so on. Because omniscient, you know, it has all the concepts. If you, human being, have some kind of concept, then the one knows the concept because the one is everything, okay? And however, since nothing changes and nothing is interesting, if only contained as concept, the one began to want to experience them as dramas. So the one wanted to experience the concept as dramas. This is an important point because there are many other interpretation about the human existence, but to me, this is very persuasive way. Okay. To this end, the one decided to create countless copies by duplicating itself and to create a mechanism by which each one of these copies could experience this concept in a tangible drama. But anyway, so the one duplicated many copies, and each copy are now experiencing the dramas. And since the copies are omniscient and omnipotent and always act optimally, the experiences of the copies would be all predictable in advance, you know. But because if it's all predictable, it's very boring. So the one introduced the free will to each copy, as I explained before. As a result, what kind of experience each copy will have becomes completely unpredictable. So there is no scenario, you know. So actually, we as a human being is now having a life, our own life, but it's unpredictable because the one wanted to do so. So you are the one actually, a duplication of the one, you know. So your life is actually the one as the one intended. Okay, so there would be no problem. Each copy in this state is a human being. I mean, a human being is a copy, but with free will. And in the material world on Earth, human beings with free will play various roles, allowing humanity as a whole to experience concepts such as love, fear, harmony, and peace in the drama, so on. Okay, so now you are having your own daily life. In this daily life, you are, experiencing love or fear or, war or peace or everything. This is the one first intended, to do so. And so each principle I explained, principle 1 to 4. So briefly explain each principle. First one is unity. And in the primordial age, when everything began, there was one absolute infinite and perfect light. That light is here called the one. But anyway, there is only one existence. I mean, even now, if you see only essence, in essence, there is only one being, which I call the one, or you can call light. But as nothing else exists, the one is omniscient and omnipotent. The one is everything. That means the one is omniscient and omnipotent. Very logically, I can say one should be omniscient and omnipotent. Within the one, all concepts are contained. And all beings, including you, have been the light that is the one since eternity, and even at this very moment. This means even now you are the one. You know, it looks, there are many, many different things, there are many, many phenomena, but in essence, you are the one. This is principle one. So this is kind of a, image, primordial light, figurative expression, figure of speech, of course. But everything is just one being, which I call the one. And principle two, multiplicity. It was not enough for the one to know various things as concept. The one wanted to actually experience them. Experience is a very key word here. And for this purpose, the one duplicated itself and created countless copies. You can say the souls. Each soul is actually you as a human being. You have your own physical body with your own soul. Soul is actually duplication of the one. All the copies are the one itself. One copy is one with all the other copies. That means every human being, we are connected, of course, because every human being is a duplication of the one, which means every human being is the same actually. It doesn't look like this way, but in essence, every human being are the same because all of them are the one, the same as the one. As a result, each copy is able to have different experiences in the world. Because of this multiplicity, each copy is able to have different experiences in the world. Whatever experiences or a copy may have, all of those experiences are absolutely good for the one. What I wanted to say here is because the first intention of the one is to experience anything, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Experience is the most important keyword here. All of those experiences are absolutely good for the one. In the other words, in the experiences of the copy, there is no such thing as higher or lower, superior or inferior, good or bad, noble or lowly. I mean, in our society, we could say, oh, this is good, he's a good person, or she's a very bad person. In our society, in this human system, we could say. But I mean, in essence, each experience is holy, I would say. I mean, on the contrary, all experiences of all copies means all souls, are irreplaceable and holy to the one, I would say. Okay, originally there was no good or bad, or to the one, the experience is important. Good or bad doesn't matter. So this is countless copies separated from the primordial light. Differences in color and shape are individuality, as there is no good or evil in them. First light, it's like a prism, and here many different colors and shapes, like other type of color and shape, and like that. For example, we cannot say this is good, this is bad. We cannot say. Just they are different. That's it. So one is many, many is one. This I have to try to emphasize. Okay, this is I don't know. It's beyond the logic, beyond the usual logic. One is many, and many is one. One is the one, and many is you are one of the many. We can say, I can say that like David is one of the many, but I could say at the same time, David is the one. No, at the same time, I can say, and many is one. One God is many, many God is one. So, for example, in Japan, we believe in many gods, some people say, and in Western Europe, they believe in one God. But to me, it's both ways of thinking. One God is at the same time many gods at the same time. There's no uh, conflict between them. And principle three, free will. Because as explained before already, but if because created by duplication, the copy is a perfect originally. But in this state, nothing unexpected happens. So the one was not amused. In order for unexpected events to occur and for the one to be able to enjoy itself, the one gave human beings free will. So we have free will. Okay. For example, free will, there are discussions, Uh, some people are saying there is no free will. Some people are saying there is free will. There is different way. But I believe we have a free will. I can go to the next or I can go back like this, either way according to my free will. But anyway, with the creation of time came causality. As a result, it became possible to experience the result of free will. Causality, okay. With the creation of time came causality. But anyway, it's a detail. In the archangel angel lineage, they do not have free will because their connection to the one has always been perfect. This is one way of thinking. We human beings has a free will, but angels and archangels they don't have free will. Some people are saying that some like Lucifer is a fallen angel. Lucifer looks like he has a free will, but there is different way of thinking about the angel or archangel. I believe that the angel or archangels they don't have free will basically. But anyway, the harmony created collectively by human beings given free will may be greater than if they did not have free will. This is I cannot explain very well, but I feel this way. If we created some kind of harmonious world with free will, then that harmony uh, may be greater than if they did not have free will. Okay. And principle four, refusion. All of the countless copies created by the one by duplicating itself will surely sooner or later refuse with the one. This is sooner or later here. So some human being is very quickly refuse with one, but the other human being might take a long time. But it doesn't matter. I want to say sooner or later, any human being or any being will refuse with the one. And some people are saying that some souls might be disappear or might be, might become nothing, because if they are doing very bad things, some such souls might become nothing. Some people are saying, but I object to this kind of idea. Because they every souls are created by the one actually, so there is a meaning always. At the same time, every being who has tasted the world of separation will experience the greatest bliss in the universe. This is actually, I'm talking about the human beings on this planet Earth. Because the world of separation, we are experiencing this world of separation a lot, many times, so long time. And even right now, you feel some kind of separation, or it's me or you, or like that. And so we have a war, we don't have a so peaceful time, so it's because of the world of separation. But because of our experience of this world of separation, when we refuse with the one, we experience the greatest bliss in the universe. I guarantee to every human being about this point. You know, each of the countless copies, including human beings, will re-experience all the experiences brought back by all the other copies, including human beings, as their own experience. It's a little complicated explanation, but when you become refused with the one, then you have all the experiences of other beings, because you and other beings will become the one, united with the one. So every experience will become your experience in either way. Like David is like now, like watching my presentation, and now I'm in this my own body. But when I refuse with the one, then I become one with David at this moment, and I know what David was thinking at this moment, you know. But also David will know what I'm thinking just right now, because all the experiences will be shared. This is my logical conclusion. And the golden rule, as stated in religion, will be proven to be correct. Golden rule, because to hurt others is literally to hurt oneself. This is from Matthew 7:12. So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. But anyway, golden rule, it's very famous, you know. This is true, you know. It's literally true. You will experience you are the other me. But anyway, you are me and I am you, like that, logically or literally. Okay, so summary, I'll explain a little bit different thing, but most fundamental principle, as long as it exists, every being and every experience of every being has meaning. This is my basic principle. I don't know, I cannot prove that this is correct. This is my intuition. Intuitionally, I feel this is correct. Because you are here, you exist here, so there should be some meaning of your existence. I cannot prove this, but anyway. So there is great meaning in your being and in what you are experiencing right now. Your being and in what you are experiencing right now, there is great meaning. This is kind of assumption. I could say it's assumption, but I feel this is true. Very, very most fundamental truth. And turn around to the reason for existence. So first one, most fundamental principle. This is I explained in the previous slide. As long as it exists, every being, every experience of every being has meaning. But if I just change the direction, kind of turn around to the reason for existence. The reason for the existence of beings, all aliens, including earthlings, my human beings, is to experience. Every experience has meaning. So if you just change the logic, the reason for the existence, your existence here right now is to experience. This is also, I think this is true. So the reason you exist here and now is to experience the here and now. And the key point, this again, all beings are God itself. God, in this here, I use the term God, but anyway, the one also. All beings are God itself. All beings are equal, and there is no higher, no lower. I explained. All experiences of all beings are holy. Okay, and so you are God Himself. All beings are God itself. All beings other than you are God itself. Therefore, all beings other than you are also yourself. So every human being is a God itself. So there is a oneness, consciousness, very naturally. We are the same. And you are equal to all the other beings. I explained this. You know, you and your experiences are holy. I explained this. And this is the last slide. The greatest paradox in spiritual growth. And whatever you are experiencing right now, it is being experienced by you on behalf of all other beings. And each of your experiences brings abundance to the entire universe. So every human being has their own position. No human being are completely the same. We are experiencing different experience all the time. And but it is being experienced by you on behalf of all other beings. So you are kind of a representative of all humanities. What you are experiencing right now brings abundance to the entire universe. When comparing the most evolved with the least evolved, this is a kind of a social human kind of evaluation. The most evolved. There is no such most evolved or least evolved, but just I would say the most evolved with the least evolved, which is the one experiencing the greatest hardship. It is the latter that makes the greatest contribution to the universe. Because originally the one wanted to experience, many concepts. So if you are experiencing the greatest hardship, which is uh, which expand the abundance of the entire universe. Okay, so this is a very human way of description. But anyway, the least evolved, it is the latter, the least evolved, that makes the greatest contribution to the universe. Of course, to tell the truth, the former and the latter are all you. Okay, and this is just from Bible also, Matthew 2016. So the last will be the first, and the first will be last, kind of. So this is the greatest paradox in spiritual growth. But anyway, any person is actually you. This is my basic belief or idea. Okay, I don't know if this is my first opportunity to express this kind of philosophy in English. Okay, thank you for giving me this kind of opportunity. Thank you, David. Okay,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank
I
you very
finish.
much. It was beautiful, and we understand you. I promise.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
because we are one, so we understand also the essence of what you are talking about. I have many thoughts.
Oh,
First of all, you as a scientist here
mm,
talk about metaphysics and
mm,
spirituality is
mm,
of importance for the world. So we don't have taboo for scientists to talk about this.
mm,
It's great. And the way you're talking about philosophy is for me also so good for the regular people, how do you say, those not well known with spirituality or
mm,
metaphysics, just to get the synapses to work, you know?
mm,
Okay. I usually say to people like, okay, if people see 1,000 UFOs per day,
mm,
999 of them are
mm.
fake, but
Oh,
the
mm,
probability for one being truth,
mm,
if that is truth, I shiver
mm,
now,
mm,
why not try to ask who is sitting in them and why?
mm,
And why are they here?
mm,
Who made them?
mm,
Uh, it's philosophy to open up your brain for some other consciousness. Uh, and thank you for being so private. And the Voices of Harmonia is a place where everybody should feel safe. We try to let go of prestation, and here we can just be. As Elif Ergo said yesterday, talking about being a family. So we don't give the sense of separation and energy. We give the energy of unification by allowing ourselves to exist as we are right
mm,
now in this moment. It is not easy, of course. We all have ego and nervous system and, thoughts of future and past experience who affects us in the now, but we are trying. Uh, I think you are so welcome to come back to us and talk about the two levels of consciousness. And
Oh,
anytime,
thank you.
in any subject you want to talk about, you're always welcome to come here. If you get some inspiration or urges to talk about this, and you will reach quite a lot of people in that way also, because it's important that you reach a lot of people with these kind of thoughts. Also, as I said, as a scientist, the way of talking about separation, the sense of separation is of importance for the world because uh, it's luring us in some ways that we think we are not separated, but we are making separation. And that is affecting the whole magnetic field of the world, and also releasing fear, as you talked about, releasing fear of thinking about, non-existing or existing, but feel safe is of important. We can go to Maslow's stair there. We have to feel safe to also evolve our consciousness.
Yeah, yeah.
We have to feel safe with each other, and thereby we have to be able to allow ourselves to talk about everything. And you talked also about tell the truth, and I talk about very often about authenticity, to tell the truth and authenticity. Uh,
Authenticity. Okay, yeah.
yeah, it is of importance for the world to 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 be as you are right now. You don't have to say that you are like this forever, but okay, it's okay. I experiences this now, and then you become the observer a little bit. Thank you for talking about this also. Uh, I think in the two levels of consciousness, I'm very interested to hear another time about that, because I have thought about karma, um, laws of the universes, and other galactic maybe life. If you have any thoughts about this also, it would be interesting. And you're also welcome, of course, to have a lecture about water, of course. We can, this is of important because how we affect each other also, uh, by our thoughts or words, frequencies, I have so many thoughts about this lecture, and I'm so grateful. Do you want to say any last words or something
Oh,
else?
yeah, oh, yeah, because you just mentioned the UFO, like 1,000 UFO on the sky
Mhm.
like that, and one of them might be, genuine or like that, and because sometimes I would say that how to communicate with the extraterrestrials, you know, and my suggestion, my idea is, you know, we can talk about the ultimate mystery of the universe, and we can talk about the reason of our existence to
Mm,
any uh, extraterrestrials. If their consciousness is high enough, I mean, not so low, but then, my prediction is that they would agree with me that there is no answer to the ultimate mystery of the universe. And
mm,
also, second point is the reason for our existence is to experience the world,
mm.
world
Yeah.
experience. I would say that the humans or beings, conscious beings or entities, the reason for the existence is their world experiencer, I would say. Or I'm thinking that two things, two items. One is we are universe creator and world experiencer. The universe creator is because we are the one with, we are the same as the one who is this universe itself, or so we are basically creator. But when we are in our physical body, then our purpose is to experience the world outside the world. So this point, any extraterrestrials will agree with my idea. So this kind of okay.
Uh,
So because
yes,
physical body, or the structure of the our body might be very very different, or language might be different, but these two points, they might agree. I don't know.
I actually had an audition the other day and I did my own monologue talking about what I am. Am I a soul? Am I the
Oh,
body? Am I a
oh,
consciousness? And also to, be satiated with the world experiences. There
mm,
comes like food, you get satiated with worldly experience, and you might be depressed of continuing them, living with your same thoughts, same behaviors, with biochemicals, searching for certain biochemicals and kicks of life, or your identity, kick on your identity or something, but you get satiated, and that's interest phenomenon. Why do we get satiated? Why do we get depressed? Because in this case, you got depressed, and you get an opportunity to think different, to turn it around. And I
mm,
see, I'm living in Sweden, and we have a quite good, social security, but
mm.
many people are depressed,
Oh,
and the separation. Um, Maybe in another lecture, another shooting, we can talk about the culture of Japan and compare it to
oh,
other culture and see
mm,
what we can unify. What kind of culture do
mm,
we have to experience in other cultures,
mm.
Yeah. Uh, I think we can continue for a long time. I think this shooting is, yeah, tell me. What do you?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry that my English is very bad. You know,
No, it's not very bad. Actually, it's very
After
good.
many years gap because of the pandemic or like that. But anyway,
It was a couple
yeah.
of years since we saw each other.
Oh
We
yeah,
had a
yeah.
great time in Istanbul, and I'm very glad and also emotional
Mm.
um, to see that we are sitting here again together
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
sharing thoughts, not for us only, for the world.
Mm. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I'm very happy with you. Now
And
after
you
many
privately,
years.
you are always welcome to share thoughts and share ideas. You know it, my friend. Okay, this program, I think we can conclude now.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, and thank you all the viewers, and hope you will have an interesting time listening to Dr. Yasuyuki Nemoto. And see you next time.
yeah. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.